weekend and preview Bulls Grizzlies, as well as Katie's Corner and around the MLB new additions. That's all right now on Yackin Wit Yoni. Edition of Yackin Wit Yoni. I am Ryan Yanishadis. Couple things. Glad to report that my nephew Braden, my little ham bone, was out of the hospital. He left on Friday and he's back home. Glad to see he was good spirits. He was over here over the weekend, so glad to see him back and better than ever. And also the sad news of the shooting in Newtown, Connecticut at just a terrible tragedy. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those kids and those adults and just everything that happened. And again, my thoughts and prayers go out. I don't want to get too much into it because I'm going to be, my Yanni's Take this Thursday will be about that, so stay tuned for that. So again, my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone associated and lost a loved one and all that travesty. We were I taped it early in the morning on Friday before I knew that all this was happening, so I apologize for that, but I'll talk about it Thursday. Let's start off with recapping Bears-Packers from Soldier Field. The Packers win this one 21-13. Go to the bullet points. First one, James Jones show. He had 3 touchdowns. Looked unbelievable. The Bears, you figure after maybe 1 touchdown, everyone would, get the hang of him. No, he gets 2 touchdowns. He gets 3 touchdowns, and that proves why the Bears defense really struggled at times, and he had all 3 touchdowns for the Packers. Bears offensive collapse. They had that opening touchdown in the game. After that, they did absolutely nothing. They had that one again, the punt that was the punt return by the Packers that they lateraled and it went, and the Bears recovered it. Then the Bears couldn't get anything of that, so 2 field goals after that terrible offensive collapse. Finally, referee factor. That last play, they called incy-tinsy fouls on Jeffries, and then here they don't call it on the big pass interference play, the last play of the game. That's what sucks. You saw that easily, the tugging of the jersey. Helen Keller could have saw that. And just a bad call by the refs that cost the Bears the game. Bears cost us the game themselves, but that should have been definitely a call. They should have been made. The pass interference, the Bears would have got one more play. But without that, the Packers win 21-13. They're now the NFC North Division champions of 2012. Congratulations to them. The Packers will be facing the Titans this week. The Bears will be facing the Arizona Cardinals. We are on Facebook. You can like us, message us, and much more. That is Yackin Wit Yoni on its home of Facebook. Now it's time to recap NBA weekend. Friday night, the Bucks beat the Cavaliers 90-86. Take a look at the bullet points. Early lead for the Bucks. They were dominating. They had, a 15, 20-point lead. Looks like it was going to be one of them blowout games. They were just dominating the basketball game. Everyone was shooting very well when you look at Monte Ellis and Brandon Jennings. They were all nailing their shots, getting the job done. They were able to do that, but they had the big lead. Then second bullet point, 3-peat for the Cavs. They got right back in this game by Kyrie Irving, nailing a bunch of threes. Booby as well. This is a very young Cavaliers team, but they were able to stop, they were able to shoot the basketball very well. Kyrie Irving almost single-handedly got the Cavs right back in this game, and finally never surrendered for the Bucks. Like I just said, the threes were being made by the Cavs and the Bucks. And the Bucks kept taking it. Let's get into the point where the Cavs had about a 2-point lead, but the Bucks didn't give up. They continued to score, and they ended up winning this game, like I said, 90-86. So great job by the Bucks. During that game, Kyrie Irving, which wasn't reported the next day, broke his jaw after his head deflected after a foul, deflected right off the floor. He still came in and played, but now he's wearing a mask. He looks like Batman, but nonetheless, Bucks win 90-86. Saturday night, Bulls beat the Nets 83-82. Take a look at the bullet points. Marco the spot. What a game for him. He's able to nail a bunch of threes. Just unbelievable guy. Just unbelievable how the Bulls always find a free agent guy that always nails the shots. Last year was Kyle Korver. This year it's Marco Bellinelli. He's really stepping in and really making it realize this for people to say, hey, we don't absolutely need Rip Hamilton. And right now, Marco Bellinelli's making everyone forget about Rip Hamilton while he's injured. So a great job right now by Marco Bellinelli coming off the bench. Right now he's starting, doing an unbelievable job and really getting it. Chicago fans, if you're doing good, they'll adapt to you, they'll love you, and that's exactly what they're doing with Marco. Second one, ugly second half. The Bulls started off that second half missing a lot of shots. Joe Johnson, Darren Williams ended up taking where they had about over a 6-7 point lead. They were nailing shots. Brooke Lopez was in the game on Saturday night as well. So this was a very big game for the Brooklyn Nets. And they were able to, they had a 7-play, but the Bulls able to do it with Marco Bellinelli, Luol Deng shots to win the game. They nailed it, and the Bucks and the Bulls able to win. The final one was knock it down as they got them game-winning shots. Did Bellinelli, did Luol Deng, so a great job by them, and the Bulls prevail over a top contender in the East of the Brooklyn Nets. Finally, Clippers annihilate the Bucks Saturday night, 111-85. Bullet point number one, a lot of missed shots for the Bucks. It started off early where they were not making their shots. On the other hand, the Clippers were. They were nailing their shots, doing an unbelievable job. Like I said, when you're looking at Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, everyone nailing, just everyone doing their part, and this Clipper team really doing a great job. While the Bucks were missing shots. Second one, the hot start for Clippers. Like I just said, how the Bucks were missing their shots, the Clippers were making them. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin really doing a great job. I mean, when you look at this team, they're built with a talent. They even got good guys like Jamal Crawford off the bench. Cron Butler also had a good game. So everyone was doing their job for the Clippers, and that's why it makes this team one of the best in the West this year. And I think they're kind of overcoming the Los Angeles Lakers there at the Staples Center. Final point, Dunkin' Donuts. Towards the third quarter, where the Clippers had everything pretty much in hand, they started to get a couple alley-oops, and you saw some nice stunts by Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is a one-man show. He was able to put on a show for the fans, even though the game was over. I think that's, in a way, it's kind of rubbing it in their face, but in another way, saying, you know what, we support you guys for coming here, and they did a great job of doing that. Blake Griffin and them do win the game, and they do put on. They don't call Lob City for nothing. So the Bucks win 90-86 on Friday. Bulls win 83-82 over the Nets on Saturday, and so did the Clippers beat the Bucks 111-85 on Saturday as well. Where's the one place to watch all Yackin Wit Yoni programming? It is our home at YouTube. You can watch all episodes, plus the best of at the end of every week. That's Yackin Wit Yoni on its home of YouTube. We will not be doing best ofs every week anymore. We didn't do one this week because we were problems downloading it, so I don't think we're going to be doing them anymore. Okay, now it's Monday, and of course everyone tunes in Monday. Specifically, some people from Australia tune in on Mondays to check out this portion of the show. It is our 18th month anniversary. We want to wish Honey a happy anniversary. It's time for the newest edition of Katie's Corner.
Okay, so the top 5 movies courtesy of Box Office Mojo are Skyfall, Rise of the Guardians, Breaking Dawn Part 2, Lincoln, and Life of Pi. The top 5 songs courtesy of Billboard.com is Diamonds by Rihanna, Knocked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars, Die Young by Kesha, One More Night by Maroon 5, and Ho Hey by the Lumineers. The Voice, the only elimination this week was Trevin Hunt, making the top 3 Nicholas David, Cassidy Pope, and Terry McDermott. The lives are Monday at 7 on NBC. The results are at the same time, same place. Okay, so entertainment. Yesterday, everyone knows that there was a shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. This is not something I want to talk about. Everyone's heard about it. At 9:30 a.m. at Sandy Hook, there was a shooting. There's been some confusion about the details. From what I've heard, the shooter was 20-year-old Adam Lanza. He shot his mother in the face, who was a teacher's aide at the school. He found his way to an AM kindergarten and opened fire, shooting children and staff. And from what I've heard, there's 26 dead, mostly children. It's definitely sad. The thoughts are going out to Connecticut. On a happier note, there's more Charlie Sheen drama. It never ends with poor Charlie. Now he's at war with Brooke Mueller, his ex. Why, you ask? Because Brooke is mad that he wanted to take his kids to an anger management Christmas party. The kids have been in Denise Richards' care because she's going through rehab and God only knows why he doesn't have them. Denise called Brooke to ask about the Christmas party, which sent Brooke off the handle, and she called Charlie and Denise with threatening phone calls. Poor Charlie just can't get a break. There was an intruder at Casa del Swift. There was a guy from Wisconsin, which makes us look awesome, who took a bus to Nashville. His name was Jacob Cooley. He went to party with Taylor for her birthday. It was on Tuesday. Nobody knows if she was home, but just in case, the party animal was arrested and put on a $10,000 bail. And we'll be waiting for the next song about that from Taylor.
Katie brings it better than ever. She gets into the entertainment and gives us some of the big stories going on. That's every Monday on Yackin Wit Yoni. She addressed the shooting in Connecticut. Like I said, I'll be doing that on Thursday. Give you my full feelings on that, and some of the stuff that's been going through my mind about this whole travesty That'll be on Monday, or Thursday on Yanni's Take. Every week he gets emotional on Yanni's Take. That's what it's all about. Okay, now it is time for Around the MLB, some of the stories that we were doing. Let's go through them right now. First one, Josh Hamilton signs with the Angels. I saw this one on Thursday. I was actually at B-Dubs and watching on the big screen, saw that he signed. I mean, last year the Angels did so much. They signed C.J. Wilson, they signed Albert Pujols. They don't even make the playoffs. This is a do-or-die now time for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim because they're seeing that the Los Angeles Dodgers are making the play. They're getting the guys they needed, and they're trying to win. They did an unbelievable job getting guys, and the Angels are trying to compete with that. It is pretty much World Series or bust for this Angels team. There's a possible chance we're going to see an LA World Series, but I think it would be absolutely boring. I'm not a West Coast favorite guy. I'm the Midwest guy. So that's the big thing. Josh Hamilton signs with the Angels. That is going to make that lineup very good. Second one, Anibal Sanchez signs with Tigers over the Cubs. I guess it was reported Thursday that Anibal Sanchez and the Cubs had a contract worked out. It's announced Friday that he signs with the Detroit Tigers for 5 years. He was a former Miami Marlins pitcher. But nonetheless, Anibal Sanchez gets the contract with the Tigers. He was there last year after the Marlins traded him and Omar Infante there. But he gets there anyway. The Tigers get a good key guy. Finally, R.A. Dickey is right now to report at time of taping that he's going to be going to the Toronto Blue Jays, getting traded. The Blue Jays are in it to win it. They made that big deal with the Marlins, getting Josh Johnson, Mark Burley. They also got Jose Reyes, Emilio Bonifacio. They're in it to win it. I think they get R.A. Dickey, a guy that won the Cy Young Award this year for the Mets. Mets are trying to, they re-signed David Wright, but saying they're rebuilding. I don't know about that, but that is a report right now, and I think that'll just make the Blue Jays that much better. They were the one team that weren't competitive in the East last year. That NL East the AL East is going to be something to watch this season, no matter what. I think they're just every team needs to just keep adding, and they're able to do that. That is the newest edition of Around the MLB, and we'll have another one during the week to talk about that as well. Check out our official website at Yackin Wit Yoni, where you can view promo flyers, Katie's blog, Yackin merchandise, and much more. Go to yackinwyoni.weebly.com. Do that ASAP. We got the question of the week. You also buy some Yackin merchandise as well. That'd be fun. Okay, now it's time to preview Bulls Grizzlies tonight. That'll be from the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. Right now, a very underrated team on the Memphis Grizzlies. They're a team. They have Rudy Gay. They have Marcus Gasol. They're one of the leaders of this team. Two guys that have really needed to step up. And they're saying that this is going to be one of the upper echelon teams in the Western Conference. Looking at the Los Angeles Clippers, and now the Bulls, again, they're still injury woes. You got Rip Hamilton out, you got Derrick Rose out. You don't have your full team out there yet, and with that not happening, that's been the struggle for this Chicago Bulls team, but they're able to win games. That game against New Jersey, there's a full New Jersey team at home, good. Then there's going to be another test Western Conference-wise. They've not played well on the road against the Western Conference, but they need to start tonight. Again, Rudy Gay, a guy that can make unbelievable shots. They also have Michael Conley, so, I mean, they have a good team. Lionel Hollins is their head coach. I mean, they're a very underrated team that they're saying is going to be in the upper tier of the Western Conference playoffs this year. So we'll see what the Bulls can do. The Bulls are going to have to defend them, and whether the big guys are going to be able to stop them. Can Joakim Noah stop Marc Gasol? Carlos Boozer needs to start being more of a scorer. But I think Marco Bellinelli, he's been doing well, doing very good as well. Is Heinrich going to be 100%, or is it going to be Nate Robinson in there? A lot of questions need to be answered, and I think too many questions might be going into this game for the Bulls. But the Bulls will face the Grizzlies. That will be a 7 o'clock game on Comcast Sports Chicago. We'll be recapping that game tomorrow. Every week I'll have a question and put it on Facebook, Twitter, and our website. We want you, the people's feedback, and read them the following Friday. You can also email them at the answers to yackinwyoni@yahoo.com. That is the question of the week. This week's question of the week: who would you rather have as your quarterback, Jay Cutler or Aaron Rodgers? Got some feedback yesterday. I'll be airing that out on our show on Friday. Now it's time for predictions, and the first time since I've been doing predictions, we have come up with that I went undefeated, 7-0 week. I wish I wasn't 7-0. I wanted to see the Bears pull out a W yesterday. We couldn't do it, but I'm 7-0. I'm going to try to keep this 7-0 winning streak alive. Actually, it's 8-0 because the last game last week was the Packers. So I kind of have an 8-pick win streak. Tonight only one, Bulls, Grizzlies. I'm going to go Grizzlies. I don't think the Bulls are going to be able to beat the Grizzlies. We'll see if I'll be able to continue my winning streak. Hopefully I'm wrong. This will be a good game for the Bulls to prove, but I got Grizzlies over Bulls tonight. Again, that game's at 7 o'clock. Preview for Tuesday now. We're gonna review Bulls Grizzlies. Then we're gonna preview Bucks Celtics and Bulls Celtics Bucks Pacers. Plus a new edition of True or False. We will Last week, forgot to do Cage Talk. If you're interested, we'll have the recap of the UFC on Fox, plus the Ultimate Fighter finale. I'm not going to talk about the Ultimate Fighter, because I didn't watch it, but I will talk about the main event, which was Matt Mitrione against Big Country Roy Nelson. We'll be talking about that on Wednesday's show. That's going to wrap it up for this December the 17th edition of Yackin Wit Yoni. And again, this is, and always will be,